Okay, so to set up automatic emails after an event such as a discovery call, a meeting, or anything along those lines has taken place. To do that, what you want to do is once you've logged into your account, go ahead and click on the automations tab here on the left-hand sidebar. Now, within this, what we want to do is create a new workflow and then go ahead and click on Start from Scratch. This is now going to open up the automations builder and we can begin building this automation. So to start with, what we want to do is add a trigger, and we want this trigger to be personalized to a specific calendar or a appointment booked in general. So to do that, if you click on Add New Trigger, it's going to open up this new menu here on the left-hand side. If you scroll down underneath Appointments, you're going to see Customer Booked Appointment. If you click on that, it is now going to set a broad account-wide customer booked appointment filter or trigger on all of your events. However, if you want to filter this to a specific calendar or specific event, if you click on the Add Filters, it'll now open up a menu where we can select an in-calendar filter. And on the next drop-down menu, we can now select the actual calendar that we want to specify inside of our automation. If you wanted to add a second calendar, you click on Add Filters and then repeat the steps from there, and repeat any additional filters if you want to add more than 2 calendars. Once you're happy with this, go ahead and click on Save Trigger on the bottom right corner. And now we've saved our trigger so that our automation is looking for booked appointments inside of the calendar that we have specified. Next is now we want to add a wait step. So to do that, click on the plus button here underneath the trigger, and then inside of the menu that opens up, scroll down all the way under the internal menu until you see the wait option. So click on the wait option, and now on this time delay menu here, if we click on this drop down menu, it's now going to open up a bunch of different options for us to choose from. In this case, we're going to select event/appointment time, which is wait until, before, or after event start time or appointment time. So go ahead and click on this. And now you can see it's opened up a couple of different extra options underneath here for us to play around with. So if we click on this drop down menu here where it says before, you're going to see that we have 3 options. So after, before, or exact time. So in this case, we're going to select after. But please bear in mind here on the variables such as months, days, hours, and minutes, that these are after the start time of the appointment. So let's say we want to send an email out 10 minutes after the event has already taken place. So let's say 10 minutes after our discovery call. And let's say our discovery calls last for 60 minutes. Well, then that means we need to send out an email, and we need to set this to be sending out 1 hour and 10 minutes after the appointment start time. So to do that, we would change hours to 1 and we would change minutes to 10. And then we would leave months and days at 0. And so what this is going to do, again, after the appointment has started, it's then going to wait 1 hour and 10 minutes, and it's going to send out the next actions of the automation that we're going to set up. If we set this to just 10 minutes, then the emails that we are setting up to be sent out after the call has ended will be sent out 10 minutes into our discovery call or our meeting, which we obviously don't want. And you can change this to however you want. If you want this to be 1 hour and 30 minutes, 1 hour and 20 minutes, whatever suits you best, you can change this. But please bear in mind that when you're sending these emails out, if you want them to go out after the appointment has already taken place, just make sure you factor in the appointment time first and then add any additional time on top of that existing time so that you ensure that these emails go out after the event has taken place. Next, we have some information down here. So if the timing of this wait step is already in the past, how should the contact proceed? So you can move to next step, move to a specific step, or skip all outbound communications. I like to just do move to next step. So once this looks good, go ahead and click on Save Action. So now what we've done is we've set up a trigger and we've set up a wait step that is now going to wait until 10 minutes after the appointment has wrapped up to then wait to perform other actions. So those other actions now we want to set up are the SMS and email actions. So to do that, click on the plus icon underneath the wait step and then scroll down here on the right side menu until you see Send SMS. Now inside of here, we can either select an SMS template, we can rename the actual step, or we can just go ahead and type in our SMS message inside of this text box. Once everything looks good to you on this, go ahead and click on Save Action. And now we've set up an SMS to be sent 10 minutes after all appointments inside of a specific calendar have been wrapped up. To do this with an email, Go ahead and click on the plus icon and repeat the steps for SMS, but selecting send email rather than send SMS action. And inside of here, we can select the from name, from email, the subject, and even type in our message inside of this text box. Another tip is you can add email templates to be sent out. So if you wanted branded emails or emails with a little bit more design rather than just text emails, you could actually create emails under the email section inside of the software, create some branded templated emails, and then you could select those templates in the drop-down menu here underneath templates. If you didn't want to do that and you just wanted to opt into a text-based email, you could fill in your email in this text box. And as long as all the other information above is filled in correctly, if you clicked on save action, this would save that action inside of your automation. So what we've done here now is we set up a trigger, which is looking for a customer booked appointment action inside of a specific calendar. We then have a wait step, which is going to wait until 10 minutes after this event has taken place. It is then going to send an SMS and an email after we have reached the 10 minutes after the event. And it's going to send out these two actions automatically to the prospect. So inside of this SMS and email could be links to book another call. It could be resources that they can use and that you might have run through after the call. It could be anything that you want to set up that can just be automatically sent out to the prospect without you having to manually do it and waste time every single time and every single call sending those things out. Finally, what you want to do is just go ahead and rename your workflow at the very top here. This helps with organizational purposes and just helps you keep track of things in the long run. And then finally, to make sure that your automation is live and is working, if you want to test the workflow, click on test workflow in the top right corner. If you've already tested and everything looks good, to make this live, click on draft publish and then go ahead and click on save. Now you've set up a customizable workflow, which is going to do everything that you want it to do. It is now live, it's renamed, and it's ready to go. I hope this tutorial helped. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to our team and we're more than happy to help.